Alright, so now I'm here to talk to you about all of that stuff I said I don't want to talk about right now. So July was a, was a transformative month, um, and not necessarily in a good way. July 3rd, the neighbors decided was a good time to set off fireworks, and um, the dog bolted through the fence because she's always been an escape artist, and she's seen me the way I would come in and not like open it. I would like squeeze through, and she would see me do it, and she's not a stupid dog. And I was trying to get her inside, and she was not wanting to come, and I was yelling at her, and then she finally came inside, and then there was another like loud bang, and then, I mean, these people were setting off God knows what, and it wasn't even dark, it was 7 o'clock. And then she bolted through the door, and she was in the yard, and I was just like, whatever. And then I had just moved the fence to a different location, so I went out and I made sure that that was secure. And while I was doing that, I heard what sounded like something up against metal. And when I came around to see, I didn't see her, but then I didn't see her. I have no idea which way she even went. And there were fireworks in all directions, for another 4 hours. And there are a coyote out there. There are, I'm pretty sure I've seen bobcat tracks. I mean, I don't know. Hopefully somebody found her. I haven't seen anything or heard anything. She is microchipped. No, she did not have her collar on because she was in the yard. She was here with me. I don't have her collar on when I'm here with her. And, so yeah. So that was over a month ago now. And then I've had issues with the ATV people, a certain select group of ATV people who don't like me asking them to turn music down at 2 a.m. in the morning. Calling me a Karen for doing so, because, that's so unreasonable to ask someone, could you turn the blasting music down? It's 2 a.m. and or it's 4 a.m. or it's 3 a.m. or whenever these people feel like showing up to crank the music up. And then after saying something to them several times, and then finally that last time when they gave me, whoa, you named Karen, who are you? And I called the cops because I'm like, I'm out here like 100% alone. I don't have a dog now, and Abby, I mean, she's my security, she's my alarm, she's my protector, she's my companion, she's all those things, and she's not here. So I have none of those things, and I'm just like, okay, I need to think about, I don't know who these people are, what their issue is, other than being a bunch of punks. I mean, I've established that much. It's a bunch of punks. And it's really started, I would say, since school's been out. So if that, I don't know how old you have to be to ride an ATV. I don't know if there's an age restriction on those. And they're drinking beer, which of course doesn't mean anything, but that's another thing. They're throwing litter on my property. They're ripping the signs down from the trees. I have a sign that says road closes at 10 p.m. I think that's reasonable because a road that runs through my property runs the perimeter of the pond, and so they drive through. And all I'm asking is at 10 o'clock, don't drive through here. You don't need to be circling the pond at 10 p.m. What are you doing? You've been around it 14 times. You don't know it's a circle. I mean, it's a circle with water in the middle. I don't know what the fascination is, to be honest with you. And I own a Jeep, okay? And I own a four-wheel drive Jeep Wrangler. So, and I've had Jeeps for 20 years. And it's not because I want to drive it in a circle on some sand, okay? It's because I know that it's a vehicle that can go just about anywhere that I might need it to go. And it has done so. And I've even pulled people out on that freaking trail because, with my Jeep. And, but anyway, so again, 10 p.m. Piss off. 10 p.m. Go home. You don't need to be driving around. Go ride around on the other side where you're not bothering everybody. I don't have to hear engines going past me. I realize that I'm not in a traditional structure, and so I take that into account when I think about music volume. But let me tell you, when I can like sing along to the lyrics, like when I would have to turn the volume up on my device full volume and still would not be able to hear it, it's pretty loud, okay, at 2 a.m. And there's just no reason for it. There's just no good reason other than to be a bunch of jerks and think that they have the place to themselves, and then they just, hey, and that was it, hey, there's people who live here. I don't, maybe you're not used to having people here, but people are here. I mean, you can see another person's property from there, but that's another story. But I'm making it clear, hey, there's somebody here. Let's just be mindful, okay? Let's just respect each other is all I'm asking. Can't do it. So, so I've just been things have been kind of quiet now for the weekend. They've been kind of quiet. So so good. Maybe we have established some boundaries, and maybe I'm just tense because Abby's not here too. So I feel a little bit more vulnerable. So I think that adds to it. Just the fact that she's not here, it makes me feel more vulnerable. Yeah, my rain barrel collapsed. And all the water was out. But that's okay because I really wanted to get it up off the ground anyway. It was off the ground, but it was still too low, so I wanted to get up higher so that I could reach it better. And the water would drain right into it and not have so far to go. So that was probably a good thing overall. And then, of course, you saw everything that I have done, and I've had to keep busy. And and work. That's right. That's the other thing. Work has like vanished, just disappeared. I've been writing for this company for 7 years. No, 7 years. 3 years. Feels like 7 years. 3 years. 3 years since 2018. I started. October will be 3 years. And they disappeared after COVID. COVID hit, and in March they were like, "Oh, we're not using freelancers anymore. We're just going to use internal people, and we'll see you on the other side." And it was like, okay. Fortunately, the way their pay system works is I do have some time in front of me where I'll be collecting a couple paychecks before I will run into a roadblock where I will have a very small paycheck. So at least I can kind of prepare for that. But then that also puts me on edge, and I'm like, well, okay. So what if this happens? Well, if the Jeep breaks down, if it needs something, I know it's going to need a new battery soon. I know that. And so I just, there's things like that. So anyways, that was COVID. Okay, so that was COVID. We're going to, piss off. So I filed for unemployment, all that, and then they called me back. And because I've had so many issues really in the past, which is a whole other thing, I'm not even going to get into all of that, with getting paid, with going, hey, where is my paycheck? And waiting for a paper check, and getting paid on, this is the date you're paid, but it's another week till you see the check. It was insane. And so I was not sure about going back because I'm like, well, have they improved that in any way? And then they did. They changed the way you could get paid. And then they changed when you would get paid. So that was like, okay, this seems like they've, taken a look and coming back with some improvements. So let's move forward. Let's do it. And I ended up writing for them. And it's been steady for 8 months. Steady work every week. Payment on time. I don't even have to look for it. It's direct deposit, and but anyway, it's right where it's supposed to be on the date it's supposed to be there. And then 3 weeks ago, a month ago now, almost the same week. I mean, Abby, that was Saturday. I think I finished writing that week. Because I had assignments that I accepted on Friday. I think I finished my assignments for that week, and that was it. So by the 6th, which will be almost a month now, no work. And it was just like, what? And it's funny because they had sent out emails warning that, you know, work is there's gonna be a delay, but just hang in there. But it was like to the international people, not the people who. What about the U.S. writers? What about? So here I am, like, what the hell? I mean, what the actual hell? So I don't know. So it's been a pretty messed up month, and so I've not done a lot of. I've just done a lot of. I've been internal. I've been very internal and figuring out what. Because part of me wanted to just cut and run. Be honest. Part of me just wanted to cut and run. Just roll it up, pack it up, and adios. I don't need this fight in my life. I don't need this. But I came here for the beauty of this place, and I've been reminding myself of that every day, and by bringing in the new plants, by doing more gardening, by going around here and cleaning out and really looking at what's around here and what's growing and what is it and what does it look like, and oh, look at all these flowers. And it's been very it's been healing for me, and so that's really what I've done for the past month, is pretty much, and the painting that I've done on the building. So I've been trying to be like creative, and to be honest with you, this is the only thing that I find inspiring. I don't want to write. I have all this written. I'm not writing for work, so now I don't feel like it. I'm barely doing this right now. I'm barely here. And the only other thing that inspires me, and that will always inspire me, and that, yeah, I know I put my camera down for a long time, but man, I'll tell you what, if there's one thing I do every day, it's take pictures. And I don't know, there's something about that. I don't know, I think there might be something in that. But anyway, so yeah, so it's been a harrowing month, and we're in August now. So far we're off to Abby's not here, she's still not here, so it's not a good start, but I guess it's mediocre, I don't know. So yeah, so I just came out here to live this simple little quiet life, so but maybe things are in the works that I don't know about. There's that whole timing. Nature has timing, right? Nature's never in a hurry, and nature's always on purpose. Nothing's accidental in nature's world. Everything has its season, everything has its time. I'm not gonna sing, don't worry. But yeah, it's gonna be alright. Well, even if it's not alright, I'm gonna be alright, right? Where did I read that not long ago? That's what thinking positive is. It's not, oh, everything's gonna be great, everything's gonna be okay, everything's gonna be okay. No, it doesn't mean that at all. It means, and no matter what happens, I'm gonna be okay. And in the end, who else do we have but ourselves, right? In the end, who else? Because if there's one thing guaranteed, the last moments of our lives will be spent with ourselves. We don't know who else might be there, if anybody. But you can guarantee that the last one you're with at the end of this journey is you. So we have to be good to ourselves, don't we? So I'm not beating myself up over this whole month not working thing. I'm like, whatever, man. Whatever. Life has to just, timing, whatever. Just whatever. Alright, I hear some groovy tunes coming down the road. Maybe it's some ATVers. Hey, fingers crossed. No, I'm kidding. I don't. It's quiet. Just keep it that way. Alright. See you next time.